Okay. Hey, everybody. I thought I'd try recording some Cinco and kind of thinking out loud, trying to show people how I play the game and maybe impart some Cinco wisdom to the people. Recently, I got a really good score, at least what I think is a really good score. Uh, 5,110. You can't see it. I think it's 1,110. You can't see it here because I'm on the PC version because that's going to be easier to record. But maybe we can get a good score on the PC version here, so I can have a decent score to look at. Um, what else to preface this with? I guess if you um, if you haven't played Cinco Paus, by the way, I know I pronounce it wrong. Um, I like to pronounce it that way because I think it makes it easier for people to Google the game and actually find it when they hear me talking about it, which is often because I love this game. I want to talk about it all the time. I want to recommend it to everybody. Um, yeah. Anyway, if you haven't played much Syncopas, if you've maybe bounced off of it after playing a little bit and being confused, I would recommend reading this great blog post by Frank Lance, which I will try to remember to link in the description. Basically, it's just a recommendation for why you should play the game, why you should put your effort into it, because it is kind of hard to get into, and some tips to kind of get started. But yeah, I guess we'll just get into it. Okay. Um, so one thing I have been thinking more recently is that, I mean, as my score has been getting higher, I have been thinking about kind of grinding at the beginning of a run a little bit more. I'm pretty anti I'm pretty anti grinding when there's still big gains to be made by just getting better at the game generally. Um, but recently, like right now, I don't really. If I were to try to beat my current score, my current PB, I think I would have a pretty hard time. I think probably the easiest way to do that involves spending at least a couple hours trying to get a decent Jogo one. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that because I think I think if you're going for like a 4K score, for instance, um, I think my intuition is that most runs are 4Kable. Um, so yeah, maybe do some resetting at the point where your build is starting to come together, like around Jogo 10, 5 to 10, somewhere in there. But I don't think resetting in Jogo 1 is a good use of time. It's also just good to finish runs when possible and practice the late game. Um, anyway, uh, I will quickly describe what I think farming should look like though, or like grinding for a really good Jogo 1. Basically, you want to try to get so you in Jogo 1 you always start in the top left corner like this. So you want to get down as low as possible, get down under some enemies and shoot up, and you basically just want to test for dupe and wand refresh and corner bounce on all of your wands right off the bat. And I mean, dupe can only be on one wand. So if you do discover a dupe, then you maybe can prioritize testing for something else along with the wand refresh and corner bounce or something. But um, basically, just you want to discover any wands can that can refresh themselves while also bouncing around and refreshing something else. You want to discover any dupes, especially dupes with corner bounces. And there's one incredibly broken wand combo that you can get. It's very rare, but I'm guessing most people don't know about it. It's wand refresh plus um, transform plus instant plus chicken kill. um, and the chicken kill could maybe be substituted for some other things and have it still work. Like maybe poison, it could still partially work. Um, but let me just describe what that looks like. Like, even if I just clear this entire room with my other wands, as long as I save that one wand, if I have, if it has wand refresh plus transform plus instant plus chicken kill, what I can do is stand right here and wait for the chase frog to appear, and then I can get the chase frog to where I'm let it come out to where I'm currently standing, and I'm standing right here, and I just shoot it at it over and over again until it turns into a chicken, and then it dies immediately because it has chicken kill. Um, Assuming the chicken kill is lower on the wand than the transform, because I think order matters for that. Anyway, yeah, it's at some point it's going to transform into a chicken, and then it's going to die, and then it's going to drop a treasure, and then you just keep shooting the same wand up over and over again until it turns into a gem. You want to prioritize gems in the early game, if that's in case that's not obvious. So yeah, you so yeah, then you pick up the gem. By the way, since it has instant doesn't work when there's no enemies on screen, but it does work when an enemy's shadow is right here. So when the chase frog initially appears right here, it's still gonna work. So so you can still stand right here and transform this treasure as many times as it takes until it turns into a gem. Then you pick it up, block the frog with your move there, and then move back down and repeat the process. And you can just do that 10 times and get 10 gems, or 5 gems and 5 keys is probably what I would do. I guess it depends on what artifact you get. But yeah, doing that, especially if you like have a way to move the door on another wand, then that can like help maximize the chances that you can get the same setup in the next room. Yeah, I think that would be just incredibly broken, and you could get basically like you could get all of the artifacts and like several upgrades all in one Jogo, which would just give you an insane head start compared to a normal run. Anyway, that's like what I would be thinking about if I were grinding for like 5,500, or maybe 6K is possible with that, and with getting a little bit better than I am right now. I don't know. Oh god, this is gonna be a long video. Okay. Hopefully if I do more episodes in the future, I won't have to re-explain so much. I'm not gonna explain things multiple times across multiple videos, so hopefully I can get a lot of the more obvious stuff out of the way in this video, and then maybe get more into deeper things in future videos if I do that. Okay. So, but playing more normally, playing more normally. What am I thinking here? So usually in Zona 1, I'm really wanting to test for hitting stuff related to hitting enemies, and hitting the top, hitting the ceiling for wand refresh, I guess let me just say, hitting enemies is like the best thing you can do for just maximizing your tests. There's just so many things that affect enemies. Basically all the things that affect items also affect enemies, like dupe and transform and shuffle to a different position. Those all affect enemies as well. Plus there's stuff that affects enemies like the X, like the lizard kill, like the corpse kill. I mean, your first shot's not going to test for corpse kill, but I guess unless you get a shrimp on you and kill it, punch it. But yeah, there are a bunch of other things that affect enemies, and it's you can think about every individual spell that you're testing for and really try to maximize your tests, but I think some general rules can help a lot. Like just try to shoot an enemy in Zona 1. But yeah, if you can, you want to shoot an enemy while also doing a few other things, like doing something treasure related, like shooting at a pillar or shooting in a corner, or or testing for wand refresh. And I think pillar is often the best thing in Zona 1 because so if there's a pillar available, like in this case, I'm looking at this pillar because there's a chance I'm going to be able to shoot at that while also hitting an enemy. And yeah, if when you shoot at a pillar, unlike when you shoot into a corner, you're testing for not just the pillar treasure but also break wall, which is very helpful for getting keys, for collecting keys, and also go through walls, which is just good to know. And also, if it does happen, then you get this extra test of like a right wall charge attack in this case. Yeah, go through walls. If you discover going through walls, that's just really good to know. Regardless of whatever else is on your wands, it's good to know that it can go through walls, and that just opens up more possibilities for what that wand can be used for. But it also tells you that you might want to test for some stuff related to treasure, like grabbing treasure through walls, because again, really important for keys. So yeah, my first thought here, since this is Jogo 1 and I spawned in the top left corner, refreshing on the top while also hitting, while also testing on an enemy is maybe not that realistic. So I'm kind of looking at this pillar and thinking like, well, so it's very important to understand enemy movement possibilities and predict, like in a case like this, you don't want to think too far ahead about enemy movement possibilities all the time. Sometimes it's not that helpful to, there's just so many possibilities, or like, I don't know, if you can't plan far enough ahead, often you just want to take a step and see what happens, or, make your next move and see what happens. But in the case like this, there's only so many possibilities. This lizard is going to move up. We know for sure this lizard is going to move up, and then we know it's going to go 50-50. Assuming I step down twice, it's going to move up, then 50-50, it's going to go here or there. Now, I would like it to move there, so I get like a point blank. I'm testing for the snipe on the lizard. I'm testing for the pillar stuff, like I was saying. I don't know. It's kind of good that key is there. Like if I get a dupe, it will dupe the lizard, but it will also dupe the key. If it goes through walls, it tests an extra thing there. But if the lizard moves left here, if I get the worst case, it's still not that bad. It's still hitting a wall and getting those 2 wall tests. It's also hitting a corner. And if it does have corner bounce on it, it's testing a pillar. So, and also probably, yeah, I'm pretty sure in that case, if it does have the corner bounce, it's also testing like side hits and maybe something else. I don't know. Thorns here, maybe. Anyway, it feels like a lot of tests if I do that. I'm trying to think nothing else looks remotely as good as that. So like, I don't know. This is a little bit risky. Like I could see myself dying for going for this, but it's Jogo 1, so you gotta take a little bit of a risk. Also, okay, I in this case I don't shoot the first wand. Any wand is fine other than the first wand in this case, because if the wand that you shoot has identify on it, you want it to identify something on a wand you haven't already used. If I shoot this right now, and it has identify on it, it might just be identifying something that would have already gotten identified by this cast anyway, like a lizard kill or whatever. Whereas if I shoot this, it's identifying something on a wand that I don't know anything about and that I haven't used yet, and so I can get value out of that thing that gets identified. Maybe the thing that gets identified can inform my decision about how to use this wand later. So in this case, I would use this. Okay, give me like a snipe and a dupe and a mirror kill. Let's go. You know what? You know what? We take that. Okay, so here what my initial thinking is, well, I could punch this lizard. that's the obvious thing, but I can also get a test up shooting an enemy here, and so I'm at 5 health. I feel pretty safe, and I already have a pretty strong wand here in terms of offense. Like I don't think this Jogo is going to be a struggle to survive. Just from this wand alone, that's just incredibly powerful. Um, and I guess this could, although I am thinking, I guess this could have a wrap around the screen ability. And if it did, then I would probably want to be using this wand to get to to net me keys by kicking the treasure out of the cage. Always important to consider that when you have certain abilities on your wands like this. But assuming it doesn't have that, which I'll test for in the next zona. Assuming it doesn't have that, this is going to be super helpful for offense. And so I'm not expecting this to be a difficult Jogo to survive, but also I can take a hit in this room no matter what happens because there's a potion right here that I'm going to get. So, I mean, in all likelihood, it might be that I shoot this key and time warp it to the next zona or whatever. But whatever, if I leave this if I leave this room with 4 health, that's completely fine. If it got me some extra tests, that's worth it. So, so yeah, I'm really strongly considering just shooting this up at this lizard right now, and there's a lot of things I like about this test. Like it could wrap around and test for a corner treasure, and like hitting the shrimp here and exploding it maybe. It could corner bounce and do something to this key that would be good. It could wand refresh, which typically wand refresh is like the number one thing I want to test for. Until I have a wand refresh discovered already. If I have a wand refresh discovered already, but not any other treasure generating abilities, or like a transform or something that I would want to refresh, then I deprioritize testing for wand refresh on my other wands, because that wand refresh that I've already discovered is kind of going to waste if I don't have anything to use it on that is getting me treasure. So yeah, in that case, when I already have a wand refresh discovered, I want to discover a treasure ability as soon as possible. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the right move, but I'm also just thinking about what other kind of dancing around, getting into a better position type of moves I could do, because I don't necessarily like, if I do this, the shrimp is going to be here, lizard's going to be here. I could step up and be next to the lizard. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot this up because I don't really want to shoot at nothing. Shooting at nothing, not hitting an enemy with your shot has the advantage of testing for buried treasure, but I would rather shoot an enemy in Zona 1 generally, just because there are so many extra things that are being tested for, and you just want to get a lot of spells on the board, on the screen in Zona 1. That way, like when you start picking up books, it's more likely to identify a double damage spell, the secret double damage spell, or just when you get an identify, you can, you're more likely to manually identify something that you wouldn't have quickly found, or something like that. I don't know. It's just good to, it's also just good to know more, because knowledge is power. Anyway, I think this is what I want to do, and then maybe I'm gonna punch this lizard to get the shrimp back on parity with me, and then shoot up at the shrimp and this key or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but let's do this. Okay, I kind of expected that to kill the lizard, in case that wasn't clear. Well, so I'm thinking about all the enemy movement possibilities. Like if I punch this lizard, this shrimp could be here, and then if I move right, then there's both a shrimp and a lizard on me. But if the shrimp moves up there, if I'm standing here, this lizard is here, the shrimp is here, then I could step down and get it so that there's only one of those two enemies on me, and shoot upward and sacrifice more health to get more good tests, which I would like to do. But I don't know. It's only a it's only a 50-50 chance that that shrimp moves correctly for that, I think. Like either the shrimp moves here right now, and then I get around it to the bottom, which is also a 50-50, or it moves here right now and I get around it to the bottom, which is also a 50-50. I could have explained that better, but I think if you work out all the possibilities, that's what I just said makes sense. By the way, if I will make stupid mistakes in these videos, so feel free to comment if you notice something that I didn't notice, or if I say something wrong, whatever. There are other people who know about this game other than me. And also the game's really complicated, so it's impossible to notice everything all the time. Unless you play the game even slower than I do, I guess. Okay. So yeah, I'm starting to think maybe I should do the same thing that I did with the first lizard. So that remember the first lizard was here, and then I kind of let it do the 50-50 here to here or here, and then I shot it against this pillar. Maybe I should just do that same thing with the shrimp. I should just punch this lizard. I mean, honestly, since it's Jogo 1, I could just risk this and hope that it kills it. I really do think it's like pretty strong chance that it kills it. Either kills it or kills this shrimp or something, or teleports me or something like that. I don't know, but this would be bad if this would be bad if it didn't really kill the lizard. I don't know. I'm gonna go with my normal. I'm gonna play this play this naturally, because the whole point of this video is to show people how I play the game. If this run dies, then we can just have a relatively short first episode and try again tomorrow or something. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this, but I think this will work out nicely somehow. Okay, I was wrong. Well, hold on. So in this case, it's good to know that one thing that can happen is, man, that's kind of crazy that neither of these identified anything. There's really a lot of things that can be tested here. I mean, this got the door, but 9 out of 10 abilities were not identified here on this same test, which seemed pretty good. But yeah, it's good to know in a case like this where you're like, oh man, I don't really know anything about either of these wands. That's not really true. You know, that's your instinct, is to think, oh man, I don't know anything about these wands. But actually, we just tested for a lot of things. So if you remember generally, if you remember more or less how you use those wands in Zona 1, you can use them very differently in Zona 2 and have a much higher than usual chance of getting something to work. You can count on them doing specific things much more than normal. So it's, you know, we know quite a bit about these two wands, even though it's not on the screen. Okay, so one thing I can do here is do this. I could also, I think maybe the better option is to step down, and then, so what I was starting to say a minute ago, it's good to know that in this case, if you step down, the shrimp could step left and block the lizard off, and then this lizard would have to step right or even up if this lizard. So enemies, my understanding of the movement priority is that enemies get a randomly generated order every single turn. The order that they're going to move relative to each other is random. Every single turn, different order. So when I step down, obviously I move first, but then let's say the shrimp randomly decides to move first. Well, he could move left. He's either going to move left or down if he moves first. Then, if this lizard moves next, well, he's going to move left if the shrimp moves down, because this path will be blocked for him. He won't be, if he sees this shrimp here, then he won't have a path this direction, but he will have a path this direction, so he'll definitely move here. But if the shrimp moved left, he has a path both ways of equal length, so he could move here or here. But let's say he moves here. Well, then this spot is blocked and this spot is blocked. So this lizard gets its turn to move, and it's going to move somewhere because it can move somewhere. If an enemy is completely blocked in a corner or something, then it won't move at all. But in this case, it can move, so it will move. It'll move up. That's the one place it can move in that specific case that I was describing, which is a pretty low probability case. But it's just important to realize all those types of things that can happen, especially for like late in a run when you get into a situation that is really scary and you really want to make sure you do something that is guaranteed to get you out of it. Okay. But yeah, so I'm thinking like moving down could immediately solve my problem of being surrounded by two enemies if the shrimp moves the right way, which is, I believe, only a 25% chance. But also, even if I do move down, I feel like my test is better. My wand tests are better, and my survival chances are better, because let's just go ahead and do it. Yeah, so that's the expected case basically. But this is a better test now because the shrimp is on a corpse. It wasn't on a corpse here. If I get an explode, it's not hitting me here. And this also tests to the side. It's hitting this lizard to the side. And yeah, I don't know. We're shooting at a shrimp here, which not at 5 health anymore, so that's good. It's giving me a possibility of a heal. So yeah, I think this is good. Getting a pillar treasure chest, all that jazz. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So often when there are two enemies on me like this, sorry, not on me. Often when I have two enemies in this particular arrangement relative to me, like there's me, and then there's one enemy, and then there's another enemy right behind it. Often what I like to do is go ahead and shoot instead of just punching, because then that will space this other enemy out. This other enemy will have to move somewhere farther away from me. And then if my first wand shot didn't kill this enemy that's on top of me, then I'll just punch it. And then this other enemy will be back where it was before, instead of being on me. If I were to punch this shrimp right now, this lizard would be on me. But if I were to shoot this, and either it discovers something great, which, by the way, there are more tests for something great when there are when I'm hitting two different enemies and two enemies in a row, or it doesn't, but I get a punch and then this lizard's back where he is, which is still spaced out for me, so I can use another wand. But in this case, what I just explained is not relevant because I only have one wand left. So if I were to do that, if I were to shoot right here, that, what was I saying? If I were to shoot right here and then it doesn't do anything, let's say, then I have to punch the shrimp, and then I have to take another damage by walking into this lizard, which is just bad, because I don't have any wands left. So I think I have to punch the shrimp. I mean, honestly, more often than not, this is going to do something good. It's going to either kill the shrimp, kill the lizard, or both. But not going to risk it with This is now a run that I do not want to reset because it's got this this is not the greatest this is not the greatest thing ever just by itself, this combo, but it's pretty good. And this also has a break wall, so like, it's very possible that I can set up a situation where I can break the wall to get into the treasure while also um, reflecting damage to get some kills. At least one. Um, this is going to be interesting though. This kind of chaotic wand here. Anything with additional, there's a lot of randomness to it, so you can't plan it out very well. Okay, I think I need to punch this ramp, so let's do that and think from there. I'm still thinking that I want to kind of be aggressive, although I think at this point I might want to save my last test for the chase frog, because it would be good to know if I have, I don't know, I'd rather know that I can kill frogs than kill lizards in this particular Jogo. I'd rather know that I can kill frogs, that I have like a frog kill wand versus a lizard kill wand. One thing I could do is try to get this lizard into a position where this chase frog is coming out and this lizard is like here and I'm here, and then I can shoot this and hit them. I don't know if the parity works out for that. I don't count the turns before the first chase frog. That's something that you could do if you wanted to hyper optimize, but again, like stuff that takes a lot of extra time and slows down your play a lot and also just isn't fun. I wouldn't like I was saying about grinding for a good Jogo 1. I just don't. I think even if you are solely focused on maximizing your score and getting a better PB, even if you're solely focused on that and not focused on enjoying the game, I think it's better to just get more late game practice in, finish more runs. You're going to get better at the game that way. If you're spending all your time playing super slowly and not improving that fast, you're just going to, when you finally get a decent start, you're just going to die. So it's better to get more consistent. Anyway, yeah, so but maybe this will work out where I can like loop this guy around and then end up shooting both him and the chase frog. Not sure. I think something will work out. I think I might as well at least try for it, because what's the worst thing that happens? Like, I have to take 1 damage while shooting at the chase frog, or 1 damage while testing on. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like a good thing to try. Now the question is, do I try to leave this key here in case? I think I want to go ahead and try to get this potion before the chase frog comes out. I feel like I have time to do that. I haven't walked around very much. I've shot all my wands, but I haven't walked around very much. So I think I have time to, unless this lizard really blocks me in, I think I have time to get this and then come back. Maybe. I don't know. Worst case scenario, I realize I don't have time and I like shoot at this lizard against this pillar or something like that. Whatever. Let's keep him alive for now. Okay, so he moved in the favorable direction. I'm gonna try to, just in case the chase frog does come out earlier than I expect, I'm gonna try to get him up against this pillar by moving down first here. So I'm giving him a chance to move down as early as possible, because he didn't move down on that first try. Okay, he didn't move down on the second try either. But hopefully you get what I mean about maximizing the odds there. How many moves has this been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I feel like I have time actually to get into the position I was thinking about. Let's see. Please step left, lizard. Okay. So this feels like a really good test to me. And, maybe I'll take 2 damage for it at worst case, but I'm still at 4 health. I got some really good wands. It's probably fine. Okay, unfortunate. Now can I guess if I move right, I I have a good bit of time before the next chase frog appears. It's 25 turns from the start of the room until the first chase frog appears, 20 turns after the first chase frog, the second chase frog appears. So I have a little bit of time to try to do something and avoid taking damage. If I step right here, this lizard could step right and block this frog, and the frog can go over there, in which case I have a chance at getting past him and getting out. Also, if I step right and the enemies are surrounding me, lizard here, frog here, and then I step right, I get another chance. Because if the lizard follows me and the frog doesn't, then the frog's moving up here and getting off of me. So yeah, I'm gonna have a chance to kind of get around this frog on this pillar here. Nice. Okay, so we're kind of hoping for, yeah, if the frog, actually, can I guarantee this right now? No. I was thinking, my thought process was, if I punch this lizard right now, then the frog's either moving left or it's moving down. If it moves down, then I can move left to guarantee that it will keep moving down and loop around and I can get past it, which is important. I think a lot of people don't realize that they might step up in this case. Not this case, but the case one turn from now, if this frog is here and there's no lizard here, they might step up. But if you step up in that case, then that frog can just move right back up and block you again. But if you step left, its shortest path its shortest path is down, and that way. I find it so hard to explain these things. Hopefully it's easy enough to follow. But yeah, right now I don't think there's a way for me to like if I step left here, the frog has equal, no matter which way the lizard moves, the frog has equal paths both ways to get to me. And if I step right from there, I don't know. I don't think. Someone tell me if there's a better thing to do here, but I think this is probably fine. Yeah, okay, we got lucky. So yeah, we're getting out of that. By the way, another kind of unlucky result here on this wand. Okay. 37 minutes for 37 minutes for Zona 1. It's I promise this is not how slowly I usually play. I guess I should say my usual rate, my usual speed is like anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour for a Jogo. I feel like 40 minutes is pretty much the average. It varies a good bit depending on how interesting or weird the Jogo is, but or tricky, or I guess tricky would be the better word. But yeah, definitely very rare to go over an hour. But this is going to be a lot longer because I'm explaining a lot of things. In my head, it's all intuitive from having played this game so much, but it takes a while to explain. Okay. So yeah, something that I like to do before moving on to the next Zona, especially at the end of Zona 1, is before stepping through this exit, stop and remind yourself how you used all your wands. This is huge to me, at least. Maybe some people have good enough memory that they're just going to remember everything automatically without consciously baking it into their brain. But for me, it helps tremendously to stop here for just a second and remind myself, because let's say I don't do this. Let's say I step into Zona 2 and then I think, okay, I'm ready to use my wands again. How did I use these wands in Zona 1? I'm going to remember some things, like, especially the stuff that has more abilities on it. Like, this, I'm going to know that I at least shot this at a wall, and then maybe from there I can remember something about how, where I was, what I shot it at, whatever. But if you do it before you step into the next Zona, there's just more evidence. You know where the entrance and exit is, which might help remind you about something. You know where the corpses are, which can definitely help remind you about something. And you know where the walls are, at least the remaining walls. So it's just much easier to piece everything back together and remind yourself how you used everything. And it's just a good, like, spaced repetition memory interval, if you know what that means. to stop right now and do that. It's just a good, it will help you remember it better. Trust me, bro. So yeah, how did I use everything? I shot this one up at a lizard, and yeah, shot both 1 and 3 up at a 1 health lizard and hit the ceiling. I think it was a 1 health. Yeah, it was a 1 health lizard. This one I shot at that lizard here. So that's been tested for pillar and break wall and through walls and stuff like that. This one I shot at a shrimp and I shuffled it and broke this wall. It's been tested for, I guess we know it's not going to have pillar treasure on it because it has Dorado on it anyway. I guess that's something I should explain. Most treasure generating spells cannot be on the same wand as other treasure generating spells. So Dorado, pillar treasure, corner treasure, wand refresh as well, and buried treasure. Is that all? Dupe also. None of those can be on the same wand as each other. So that's very important to know. And how did I use this one? Oh yeah, shot it up at this lizard. It was a 1 health lizard and then a frog right behind it. Yeah, it was right behind it. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of want to have the general picture of how I shot things. I'm not trying to remember specific spells that were or were not tested for, but I'm trying to remember what the screen looked like, where things were, what got hit, where did the wand ray end. I want like a visual almost of how I shot the wands that I can reference back to in my memory when I'm trying to decide how to use wands in the future. Okay. I almost wonder if I should stop this video here, but I think I'll continue. I think future episodes will be shorter naturally because I won't have to re-explain the stuff that I'm already that I'm explaining right now. Okay, this kind of sucks. This really sucks because if I'm shooting at these enemies here, then I'm not getting really any new tests because almost all of these wands have been tested against the ceiling, and specifically in the ceiling against a corner. Yeah, I guess the only one that hasn't been shot at the ceiling is the one that we know doesn't need to be tested that way anyway. So this is pretty unfortunate. Like, some of these wands are definitely just going to be wasted, or some of these casts wasted in terms of like I'm not going to get much new information from them, and I'm not going to get any treasure from them. I can't specifically scout out treasure stuff. Also, like, I know this wand isn't good against lizards. I know this wand isn't good against lizards. So I'm trying to remember if these got tested for the mirror kill, because I know there were 2 lizards in Zona 1, and I shot these at one of them. I know this one hasn't been tested for mirror kill, so maybe what I should do is shoot this. This could also damage to the sides, and it's going to give me more information about this one that might be helpful. So I'm at least thinking about that. And then maybe like we'll be set up to use this nicely afterwards or something. I could also try to get out of this dumb corner by stepping up and then shooting this up. That might be the right thing to do. I really want to get out of this dumb corner. If I get out of this dumb corner, I can more easily like get surrounded by this shrimp and this ghost. Yeah, get surrounded by the shrimp and this ghost and use this. It's looking like this is not going to help us break the treasure out, unfortunately, because there's this extra. The only wall that I can break to get into the treasure is right here, and there's another wall in front of it, and we know that this doesn't have through walls, because you're never going to discover break wall without also discovering through walls at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's just not possible. Yeah, another thing I'm thinking is if I use this here, which was kind of my main plan, if I'm going to stay in this corner and not try to escape, then I'm kind of wasting this identify that could be used right here. it's when you have a Dorado wand, you really want to try to identify stuff on that. Prioritize your targeted identifies onto that wand. Because if this has some, I mean, if this has, for instance, the double damage secret spell, you really want to learn that. If it has some other, it could have a bunch of things that could that you wouldn't necessarily test for naturally that could trigger Dorado. So yeah, another benefit of getting out of here is that I might be able to use that identify while standing here. And that might not help me in this zona. If it does discover something helpful, it probably won't help me in this zona because I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to have to use this one before this one because I'm going to be surrounded by enemies when I get there. But, still. What else? Yeah, I really think this feels like the play to me. I'm gonna move up and shoot this. This is. I think what I want to do here is punch first. So if I shoot here, well, if I shoot here, it is going to hit this lizard and shuffle it away, and then it's going to side hit this lizard. Maybe the additional from shuffling this guy will kill this guy, or maybe it will hit this guy and then the side hit will kill him. But most likely not. Most likely it's going to hit one of these guys, which is also unfortunate because I wanted to get my Dorado, a double Dorado on these guys. But I can probably do it on a lizard and the ghost or something like that. But yeah, assuming this lizard doesn't die from this shot, I am gonna have to shoot another wand or walk up, and I don't want to shoot again. I don't want to shoot this wand from here because I want to save that identify. Don't want to shoot this wand from here for sure, and these two wands shooting up at a lizard here would tell me almost nothing. I mean, if the lizard stepped down, then maybe I'd be testing for buried treasure and for a side hit, which is not nothing. Also, I don't really want the door to be here again. I think most people don't think about using doors. I think most people look at the door spell and think oh, this is a way to get out of a room if it's really bad. But you can use the door. The door is really powerful for maximizing your chances of certain good things happening. Like later when we get the cape, you'll see that I intentionally I really highly value the door when you have the cape, because the door. So if the door is on a corner spot like it was here and like it would be here if I shot it right here again, that's just maximizing the odds that you're going to get stuck in an awkward corner in the next zona. Whereas if you shoot it in the middle of a wall, it's maximizing the odds that you're going to be able to get out in some direction. And also it's you can more easily get to different parts of the room, even if there wasn't going to be a corner. You can more easily get to it. You have more options for where to get to. You are more likely to have a shot on the middle of the room to test for earthquake. I don't know. There's a lot of good reasons for putting the door more in the middle in most cases. Yeah. I feel like there's more to say about the door, but that's probably enough for now. But yeah, I'm thinking so what if I punch this lizard first and then do this? Well, it's not shuffling this lizard anymore, because this lizard in that case is going to die from the X before it gets shuffled, which maybe is bad because it's doing less damage, but also maybe is good because not fewer chances of killing these 1 health enemies that I want to kill with my protect spell. Although this lizard could just step left anyway. Man, I'm actually I'm getting less confident that I'm gonna be able to get out of this corner at all. At least not without taking a bunch of damage. And there's no potions on the screen right now. I guess I am getting at least one treasure in this room, hopefully two. Um, from my Dorado, which that's a treasure drop is a 1 in 4 chance of being a potion. Uh, it's yeah, it's um that's something that I think people also don't appreciate, especially when they're first getting started with the game. They don't appreciate how valuable treasure is. Um, Treasure is not just for score. Treasure is treasure is really good for survival. If you're getting an average of one extra treasure per room, that's that's a lot of on average that's giving you a lot more information from the books. That's giving you more health, and that's giving you gems that are kind of helping your build to your artifact build to kind of snowball as quickly as possible. And you can really get ahead of the curve. When you start getting into enemy upgrades, if you're kind of ahead of the curve, your build is stronger than the enemy upgrades, then it's only going to snowball more and more from there. Anyway, I don't know how I started talking about all that stuff, but yeah, I would really like to get out of here, but uh, I'm not necessarily seeing it happen because, like, let's say I punch. I guess what I do is I punch here, and I hope that this lizard moves left so that I can shuffle it, and then I can move up, and this lizard, or no, even if no, just 2 turns from now, this lizard's gonna be here, most likely. I guess if this lizard moves here, it could block this lizard from moving into that spot, and that lizard could move farther away, so that could be good. I don't know. I kind of, if I'm using a wand here, I think I want to use this wand anyway because it already has most of the stuff discovered. So this has the lowest chance of my 1, 2, 3 these 4 wands. The 4 wands that aren't the Dorado wand, this one has the lowest chance of having treasure on it. So I am most willing to use this right now to help me kill stuff. Maybe what I want to do is shoot this, hope that it kills this lizard and I can just get out right now. Maybe if it doesn't kill this lizard, step up and take the damage from it, and then just use the Dorado immediately. Shooting Dorado down into a corner to also test for heal, maybe. Also, Zona 2 is when I usually start thinking about the forget spell. Usually in Zona 1, I will try to stand in places where Identify will be tested for. So if I have an Identify, I discover it as quickly as possible, especially if I have a Dorado wand. I really want to test for more Identifies. I really want to find all my Identifies in Zona 1. But so then in Zona 2, I usually try to find all the forgets if I can. By standing on squares that correspond to abilities that I don't care that much about. Really, just I'm usually willing to forget a lot. I'm willing to forget like this snipe. I'd be willing to forget any of these spells probably. It's good to forget stuff in general. It's good to be aggressive with forgetting stuff because that's just giving you more chances of a new treasure ability appearing. And usually you can get away with being pretty aggressive like that. Especially later in the run when you have artifacts and stuff, you're gonna survive just from your artifacts. You want to be really aggressive with forgetting. And yeah, later in the run, I guess I probably do tend to care less about Identify and sometimes try to just test for forget in Zona 1. Anyway, really got to decide what to do here. We've probably this video has probably been static on this screen for like 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm sometimes you just got to do something, and this feels like the thing to do. Okay, it did not It okay. I didn't think about that possibility. It didn't kill the this lizard to let me out, but it damaged this lizard. So now I'm getting my good double Dorado thing that I wanted. I am taking that damage, but what are you gonna do? Okay, and like I predicted, we got a potion. Um, Now I think I want to shoot a wand here. So, hmm. We know we don't have any corner bounces, right? Yeah, we tested all of these by shooting up into the top left corner in the previous room. So we know we don't have any corner bounces. We kind of a lot of possibilities have been eliminated here. So the chance that one of these is going to have, say, an earthquake is much higher than it would normally be on just a blank wand. We do know that none of these have dupes or transforms. So what else are we testing for here? I'm pretty sure we know that these don't have explodes, or actually maybe these two have not been tested for explodes, because I think I was maybe standing here and the lizard was here in the previous zona. These two might not be tested for explodes. I know this one was. Side hits, I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. This has the most blank spaces on it, so I'm gonna shoot this one. Also, I want to save my identify one. I'm gonna shoot this one. Hope for side hit. Hope for explode. Hope for earthquake. I don't know. Is there something better I could do? Because like this is also testing for explode, and it's testing for through walls instead of the side hit, which I think maybe is a little bit more rare, but I'm not sure. But it's also testing for like heal. It's testing for corner treasure, which definitely hasn't been tested on this wand. It's testing for buried treasure. I don't know. I might like that actually. How risky am I being if I do that? If I do that and it doesn't kill the ghost is on me. If I step right, then the shrimp is also on me. And I feel like I don't really have a good way of dealing. Maybe I should try to get. Maybe in that case, I should try to finagle my way into this spot up here, and then I can shoot down and test on this pillar, because these ones haven't been tested on this pillar, and this one also, if I end up having to use it, it has not been tested against a pillar or like through the middle. That feels good. Let's go with that. So which one did I want to do? I want to do this one, right? More treasure tests. Almost as many offensive tests. Boom. Oh my god. That is pretty rare to get to have two Dorados. That's pretty crazy. So what do I want to do in this case? I guess I'm thinking that I want to use this identify here. I want to use the identify on sorry, I'm a lot of possibilities are running through my head. But yeah, I want to use the identify on this middle wand, because this at least already has something. This wand has something that I can use with the Dorado anyway, and I might not even want to use it with the Dorado anyway in future zonas. I might just want to prioritize breaking the wall, even at the cost of potential treasure. This one, like, I really want to know more about what I can do here. Although I do feel like a lot of Dorado combo possibilities, a lot of spells that work with Dorado have already been eliminated just from the tests that we've done. We shot this one at, or I guess we shot this one at just a lizard. We didn't shoot it at a frog. Yeah, there's enough possible kill spells here that it's definitely worth using the identify there. And also Also, we want to shoot this at that pillar anyway, and maybe through the middle anyway. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stand here, shoot this through the middle to test for an earthquake, and hit this pillar. Now, how is this parity going to work out with these enemies? I think I step left, kill the shrimp, then the lizard's here. Or sorry, step right. What what's going on in my brain? I step right, kill the shrimp, then the lizard's here. So this lizard's going to be on parity with me after I hit this shrimp. I think I'm going to take another damage here. I think for safety right now, in case I somehow take 2 damage from this play that I'm doing, I'm going to step up first. Hopefully the shrimp steps left. Okay, there we go. It's fine to pick up this key. I'm not getting what I want there anyway. Is this bad? Is this a bad idea to shoot this question mark down? Well, first of all, I was thinking I was going to get to shoot it at a shrimp to give myself a chance to heal, and also like we've already shot it at a 1 health lizard, right? Yeah, this one has already been shot at a 1 health lizard. It hasn't been tested for the target spell though, the snipe. I'm going to call the spells different things at different times. You're gonna just have to decode it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So this is at least testing for the snipe that it wasn't testing for before. It's testing for earthquake, and yeah. But if I I mean, it's also tested. Oh no, this has already been tested for protect. Yeah, we know that this does not protect me. Man, I was hoping the shrimp would end up back here, but that was pretty slim odds of it moving the exact way that I wanted it to. I don't know. Might just be worth punching both of these enemies down and getting our buried treasure tests in, because then we will have tested everything except this wand for buried treasure. Does that seem good? What else could we test if there aren't enemies on the screen? Like, could we test for heals? Heals would be pretty nice right now. Well, no, both of these need to be tested against a pillar, so I think we want to shoot them both from here. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'm not sure if sacrificing more health here is the move or not. Well, let me just think about how this looks. I'm taking damage by doing this, and then I think the problem with this plan is that this one could still have forget on it. So if I shot this here right now, then there's 2 enemies, so I have to 2 enemies on me, so I have to back up, and I'm only at 2 health. Then I can punch one of them, but then I'm gonna have to kill a turn by shooting this wand down, which is fine. I want to shoot it that way anyway. But if this has forget on it, then I'm forgetting one of my most important spells. So I think I have to punch him down here. I guess maybe I could do this still. No, we've already tested that on. Already tested both of these on a 1 health lizard, so it doesn't feel like a good idea. What? Okay, not the most helpful identify. Maybe we can try to forget this. Test this one for forget now, and it also tests for buried treasure and pillar treasure and through walls and all that. Wow. What is going on? Another thing I could have done is tried to pick up these books before using those wands. I sometimes pick up the books before. It's very situational, I think, whether you should pick up the books before or after using the wands in a given room. Like in that case, I wanted to use I feel like there was nothing that this book would have told me that would have changed how I wanted to use this question mark. Maybe that's not true, but I think it's unlikely that it would have changed how I wanted to use that. And so it was better to just get any possible like natural discoveries on this wand by just shooting it, before picking up this book, so that this book would tell me stuff that I wasn't already going to find anyway. This book is just too out of the way to go for. It wasn't really good for me to go for that before. I guess maybe when I had that lizard on me, I could have run all the way around to this book before using these last two wands. Maybe that would have been a good idea, actually. I was kind of a little bit on autopilot, not thinking about that. Anyway, something to think about. Man, this is unfortunate. Both of these Dorado wands have two completely unhelpful spells on them. Oh, I was thinking about the possibility here of shooting this wand left at the shrimp. Yeah, would have been nice if the shrimp walked the way I wanted it to, so that I would have gotten a heal there. Anyway, okay, moving on. Let's remind ourselves again. This got shot down, buried treasure test. This also got shot down here, buried treasure test. This we shot at a lizard point blank, I guess. Is that right? Yeah. And this we shot down into a corner. Okay. I think we've got the general picture. Very curious what's on these two wands. Oh yeah. So now that we know that this is we're pretty confident that this is not a great Dorado wand. I mean, if I could get into the middle and identify this spell right now, like before using this wand, then that would be great. But that doesn't feel very realistic because I'm going to be surrounded by enemies. So I'm thinking like maybe I'm going to want to use this to break out the treasure. Although it does kind of feel like I can maybe use this to get treasure off of these two enemies and also break out the treasure at the same time. Maybe. I could also test this for right wall charge attack. Maybe if I step right twice here, I am taking a damage from the ghost, but I think that's fine. The ghost is on different parity from the shrimp. Well, I don't know. It might be better to... Not sure. I don't want to use this wand right now. I don't want to like start shuffling stuff around and having damage flying all over the place, because I've got these two enemies that I would like to get with my Dorado protect. I guess one possibility is somehow, like, for instance, this has a go through walls and it has a hit through walls. So like shooting it right now does big damage to this frog. It gets the frog down to 1 health. And then only the shrimp is off parity with me. And then maybe it's possible that I could get into a situation where I can... No, I'm never going to be able to get three Dorado... three protect directions. Like, if there are 3 enemies on me, that it is possible for me to get surrounded by 3 enemies that are all 1 health, but I'm going to have to shoot this in some direction, and it will shuffle one of them away from me. So I'm only ever going to get two enemies killed with this protect, I think. I guess unless I break a wall in advance. If I break this wall, then maybe I can get surrounded. Is that worth thinking about? I don't think I want to break that wall. I guess another thing is... No, I was thinking maybe I could like set up a situation where after I do this, then I have like a 1 health lizard on me here. I'm standing here, and then I like shoot down so that it breaks this wall and then damages the lizard with this from here through the wall. But if that wall is broken, then it's not going to That's not gonna work. Uh, hmm. I don't know. Lots of like kind of decent options here, but nothing jumping out at me as like the best option. If I step right here and then and the ghost steps down, the ghost ends up here. I'm here, Shrimp's here. Um, what do I want to do in that case? Would I shoot this up? Because I don't want to shoot right and shuffle the ghost, but I would like to shoot this right. I don't know. It's gonna be this nasty frog on me. I'm starting to kind of like this. Although then, oh yeah, how's the frog gonna move? I didn't actually think about this. I was thinking the frog was gonna step right here if I do this, but if I do this, then the frog is most likely to step down toward me. Okay, well that does at least guarantee the 3. Oh wait, there is a way to do the 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if I do this, then the frog probably steps down, the shrimp steps down, ghost steps down. I step right. Shrimp punches me, which is fine. Ghost is on me. Frog is then on me. And then I can shoot this down and get 3 treasure, which would be nice. Although, is 1 extra treasure worth missing out on this key that I could have gotten by breaking this thing out? No, not by itself. Oh, sorry about this background noise if you can hear that. Not by itself, but I feel like this is just overall a better play. Like I feel like the future moves after I do something other than hitting the frog right now and then getting my 3 treasures. You know, if I started stepping to the right here and trying to do something in the middle of the screen, that just feels a lot messier and a lot more like I'm going to take a lot more damage. Whereas this right here feels pretty clean. After I do this, I'm going to have these 2 lizards to deal with, but I can get a corner treasure test on this wand. Maybe a buried treasure and corner treasure test on this wand and heal. I feel like I can get good tests on this wand. Although I really want to, how do I want to use this wand and this wand? Let's think about that, because what are the most beneficial things that could be on these wands at this point? They can't have dupe, they can't have transform, they can't have wand refresh, they can't have pillar treasure. This one can't have buried treasure, but this one can't have pillar treasure. So I guess corner treasure, and then, oh wait, no, this one did get tested for buried treasure, didn't it? Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, we kind of want to try to test both of these for corner treasure, but of course we also want to identify something here. Neither of my super high value identifies put me in a position where I can test for buried treasure. We know we don't have any build walls, right? Yeah, we definitely don't have any build walls. Building walls to help like get a corner treasure, or building walls to help get a pillar treasure is often a good idea. Not a possibility here. What else is even going to be on these wands? I guess gem kill. we don't really want to discover that if it's there. Yeah, I don't know. We've got enough offense on our other wands. I'm not gonna like prioritize testing for offense on these 2 wands. I guess I might want to use this snipe on the. Oh well, here's an idea. What if I step right, use the snipe to kill the frog? Hopefully there's not a gem kill above the snipe. That would be annoying. And yeah, gem kill. It's important to think about gem kill once you've picked up your first gem, because it's like the one enemy related thing that definitely will not be tested in most Zona 1s. Even if you shot all your wands at enemies, you're probably not going to test for gem kill because you're not going to have a gem yet, at least in the first Jogo. So it's very easy to get caught off guard by that. But yeah, what if I step right and then shoot this up and kill the frog? Guaranteed to kill the frog because it doesn't go through walls. And then that will fix the shrimp and ghost parry. I'm taking a hit from the shrimp there. Unless this kills, this could have a shrimp heal on it, I guess. But in most likely, I kill the frog, but then it fixes the shrimp and ghost parry, so they're both on me. And then can I step right is the question. Do I actually want to do that though? I think once the shrimp and ghost are on me, I probably just want to take the 2 treasure right there, and then I'm gonna have this to break this last treasure out. That feels better to me. That feels higher value overall. I'm not testing this for corner treasure, but chances of that are, well, chances of that are actually pretty decent, but I'd rather guarantee my 2 treasures here plus my breaking the gem out. Let's just think about where this lizard's going to be. This lizard's going to be pretty far away still after all this, but let's see where this lizard's going to be. I move right, I shoot, and then I do my Dorado. Well, let's say I move right and then I shoot, and then these 2 guys are on me. Where's this lizard? He's just 1 step away. Okay. So I think protect works the same way as cape, which is that in terms of enemy move order, which is, I believe, is that the enemies that are hitting you are going to move after the enemies that are not hitting you. So this lizard is not going to be on top of me after this. It's going to be here probably. I guess maybe it could be here. No, I think here. I'm not sure. I think maybe it could be here or here. So 1, 2, 3, do the protect. This lizard's maybe here, and this lizard's maybe here. Or maybe here. Maybe both of these lizards are like somewhere around here. I think I'm going to be able to get to effectively kill these lizards while also testing for heal at the bottom and buried treasure and corner treasure on this wand. And then this one I can use to discover my last Dorado ability maybe on one of these 2 wands. Seems good. Let's go with it. Got a frog kill. Nice. Okay, and that lizard ended up back that way. Wait, what? Oh, that ghost moved down to block him. Right. So that ghost was there. So the lizard moved first. Okay, that was pretty that was a pretty low chance of that going that way, but that's cool. Is there anything weird I can do here? Now that I know how the lizards are moving, is there any weird additional thing I can come up with? I mean, I don't really want to move right, and then, I mean, if I move right, then this other lizard's like right on top of me. I guess do we know that this doesn't wrap around yet? No, I think we do know that this doesn't wrap around. I think in Zona 2, I shot it down and it would have wrapped around. If it could have. Yeah. Oh, I also shot this. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Yeah, I don't think I'm learning anything about this wand here. Although, has this been shot at a lizard? Don't think it has. So maybe I should step right here and shoot it up to test on that lizard. Also, this maybe hasn't been tested for forget. I can't. No, I think it has. I think it would have forgotten the door last round if it had forget on it. I think this is the right move. To get a test for, I believe this is a new test for kill lizard and a new test for mirror kill as well. Either of which would be amazing. Okay, we didn't get anything amazing. And now I am in a kind of awkward situation. Uh, maybe what I want to do is try to get this lizard into a spot where I can shoot this down. Like I'm here, this lizard's here, and I can shoot down at it. Or I'm also wondering what I could do to maybe set up, like if I'm using this on one of these lizards, I'm maybe going to get a chance to get a through walls kill as well. But I don't think there's a way I'm ever going to get a through walls kill and break out this treasure at the same time. Like the only way that would work is, I think, is if I were down in this bottom right corner and I shot this left, it would break out the treasure on by breaking this wall, and maybe it could hit a lizard through this wall. Maybe that's good though. Like maybe I step right here. Also, I could just shoot this right here. That would test for buried treasure, and it would still hurt one of these lizards. But then I'm on bad parity with both lizards, and I have to shoot a wand. I don't want to do that, I don't think. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so what if I step right and then shoot this to the right? It's going to shuffle this lizard to somewhere, hurt this lizard, put me on bad parity with this lizard, but maybe this lizard will get back to here before this lizard gets to here. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but I'm going to try this. This feels right. This also tests for the right wall. Okay, look at that. This is perfect. Oh yeah, wait. What I was saying about this lizard, what I was saying about the lizards like racing to this spot didn't actually make sense. Because they're both at 1 health. Either one of them can get killed by my wonderful plan right here. Hopefully this doesn't get me stuck on the left wall. But even if it does, not the end of the world. Okay. That worked out pretty nicely. I think what I want to do here is just identify something with this last wand, and it's already been tested for buried treasure. So I feel like there's pretty much nothing that I can test for on this wand while also identifying one of these two spells. Do I want to stand here and test for corner treasure instead? That will at least identify something. Kind of want to know these. I feel like there's still a decent chance that this has something. I mean, these could have frog kills on them or something. But yeah, I'm really getting no value out of this. This can't have anything that affects items. Can't have. Maybe it can have wraparound still. How did I shoot this in the first? How did I shoot this in the first zone? No, it can't have wraparound. Oh man, yeah. I think this cast is just going to waste. Maybe it can have charge. It can have charge attack on the right wall. That's something at least. Wow, this lizard keeps moving the wrong way. Okay, there we go. Which one? I think I would rather discover something new on this one. I guess which one's more likely to have something that is going to get me more treasure that I haven't already discovered yet? This one was originally shot at a shrimp. This one has not been shot at a shrimp, I'm pretty sure. How did I shoot this last? Oh yeah, I shot it down at nothing and it hit the ghost through the wall. I think most things that could be on these would be discovered on either one. Because I shot it at a lizard. Oh, this one can't have. Oh yeah, no. Either of these could have a frog kill, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. This one's just not as good so far with what I've discovered on it. I think the protect is more likely to get me something than this. Wow. Wow. Well, it's good to know that because I would have been testing that. I would have definitely been trying to discover like a frog kill or something in the next zona if possible. So really good that I found that. And yeah, good that my one thing that my one thing that I knew of that I could discover here on this wand was actually there. Now, sometimes it is good to think about. No, this is not relevant at all in Jogo 1. It's not always good to carry a charge attack into the next room, but I think in Jogo 1 it is. I don't. Well, the only case would be if this had Dorado on it, you probably want to use it to kill a chase frog and then move on without the charge attack, because that guarantees that you can use that charge attack on something that's not like a shrimp or a ghost. Well, I guess a ghost, it would probably still give you a treasure, maybe. Anyway, yeah, it's at least worth thinking about stuff like that. Okay, at this point, I'm pretty confident I remember what's going on with all these wands, maybe, or at least remember. At this point, I'm less thinking about specific things that I'm less thinking about the general picture of how the wands have been used previously, and I'm more thinking about specific things that still need to be tested for. Like this one still needs to be tested for buried treasure, or sorry, for corner treasure and buried treasure. No, I think just corner treasure. I feel like I've already answered this question before in this Jogo, but this one still needs to be tested for corner treasure and I think heal. You know, there's just specific things that I'm still thinking about. I think this one corner treasure and buried treasure, if I recall correctly. Okay, so we've got a nice charge attack here, but the parity is kind of awkward. This frog is going to be annoying me. I don't have a way to break this. This treasure out in this room. Maybe what I want to do is step right twice. This lizard will be here. I'll hit it through the wall. And then this feels pretty good. I'll hit it through the wall with this. I don't know. That could be maybe I'm missing out on a treasure from killing the ghost like this. If I do that. But let's just see. It's good. It's a good initial idea. It'll hit the lizard through the wall, and then the frog will be on me, and I'll punch it, and then I'll punch the lizard down. Probably. I guess there's a chance that like one of these other frogs gets in here or something. Or this other frog or one of these other enemies. But then like if the next frog is on me, I have a way of like shooting left at it while also testing for corner treasure, and while not moving the door here conveniently. There's this exit here that's going to block the door to be moved. I don't want the door to be in this corner. I prefer its current spot. And what would I do from there? Then maybe I could like, you know, use this to get treasure from the ghost. Maybe somehow from the lizard as well. Don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be kind of blocked in though. I feel like I'm gonna be kind of blocked in up here with. I'm also thinking like, am I gonna use this identify here to get this last spell here? I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking about like. I was kind of thinking about this earlier, but I didn't actually say it. The spell ordering rules, I'm pretty sure, or like the wand generation rules, I'm pretty sure that teleport. I'm certain that this teleport spell blocks a lot of stuff below it. So if this teleport spell were the first spell in this wand, we would have instantly known that it can't have like an X to deal damage, or like frog kill, lizard kill, gem kill, a bunch of stuff that like affects the target, because that target is not even going to be on the same square anymore after it gets teleported, so it wouldn't make sense for the wand to like affect things in that order. There's a lot of things, there are a lot of rules like that in this game that you can kind of notice, or just like notice and or like intuit over time, how things must work when you've played the game a lot. Um, and or you can at least intuit like a theory, come up with a theory of maybe it works like that, and then you can maybe notice after that whether or not your theory is correct. And but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a directional thing. Like it can't have those other spells below it, but those other spells I'm pretty sure can appear above it just fine. So yeah, I do think it's valuable to identify that, but unfortunately, this is going to be another situation where I'm standing in a spot where I can't get any good tests on this. I can't. Specifically, the corner treasure is what I really want to test on this. If I break one of these walls in advance, no, there's no way to like break one of these walls. And yeah, even if both of these walls are broken, I don't have access to a corner. I don't have line of sight on a corner from here. I don't think there's another like identify spot that's valuable. Okay, let's think about our move again. Like, is there a way to get out of this corner? Doesn't really feel like it. Maybe one thing I'm thinking right now. It's so to get better at this game, or any game, I feel probably. It's good to think when you get into a bad situation, or a situation that feels maybe like it didn't have to be quite this bad. Think back on what you could have done differently, and think back farther. Think further back than you might think would be useful, might expect to be useful. Like, I can think back to the previous room when I used this wand. I maybe could have noticed that this exit was in a corner, which I generally prefer it not to be. And maybe I should have done something different in the previous zona so that I could use this wand to move the door to a better spot. And then I wouldn't be stuck in this terrible corner right now. Okay, I did not notice something. I just had a brain fart. My brain fart just now was thinking that this had through walls. So I was thinking I was going to just step right and then like shoot this down and do a bunch of damage. And yeah, that was not good. Not true. Yeah, this is feeling pretty bad. It would feel really bad if I didn't have this charge attack. I mean, I guess I could get myself out of here by breaking this wall. I would move first so that I don't kill this frog with the gem kill. I mean, it's not actually bad if I kill this frog with a gem kill. Like it's bad, but it's not that bad. It's a level of bad that might be optimal in the grand scheme of things. Like, if using this wand like this allows me to set up something better with my other wands, could be worth it. It's not like you're getting nothing. You're getting a treasure here. Could just get your gem back instantly, which would maybe be the best case scenario. But I don't think that's good. So step right, and then this frog will be out of the way. I send this attack. It breaks the wall to get me out of here. No, I don't think that's good at all. It's not like I still want to shoot. I want to shoot my spells to the left here to get to test for this corner thing. I don't know. I'm having a really hard time thinking far enough ahead about where exactly everything's going to end up after multiple moves. at some point the calculations, and tracking where every enemy is going to be become a little bit too tedious for me. So I like to just do something, and I think this is going to be one of those cases. Yeah. I guess. Is there a way that I can? It would be nice if I could like shoot this down at this lizard right now, because it would kill it. It would hit it through this wall, and then it would hit it through this wall and kill it. Unfortunately, not possible. But I'm trying to see if there's like another way that's something like that's going to be possible. But I guess that only works because this is a treasure. This is a lock and not a regular wall. If this were a regular wall, then it would be broken and that strat would not work. Oh man. What happens if I just... Well, I guess one good thing about breaking this open to the right is that it does allow me to get another charge attack here if I want to. Do I want to though? Okay, let me try to calculate this one thing, even though it's going to be kind of complicated. Is there going to be a way for me to... What are my odds of getting into a situation where I can get a 1 health lizard and this ghost on me at the same time and use this to kill them both? Let's just say I move 1, 2, or wait, what was I thinking? 1. Oh yeah, 1 and then 1, 2, and then I shoot this to the left and damage that lizard. So that's 3. 4 to punch the frog, 5 to punch the lizard, 6 to move here. I mean, after 6 turns, I'm just surrounded by these other enemies. Like there's... I guess the only way I get out is like if the ghost happens to be, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I was standing here still. Yeah. I move left and that lizard is on me. Although, yeah, this ghost is on the... Well, it's probably impossible to follow what I'm thinking right now. I guess for the sake of these videos being more watchable, maybe I should just cut the thinking and just do something in the case where it feels like I can't translate my thought process into words effectively enough. So let's just do something here. Let's just move. And then let's move again. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's just go through with what I was thinking. Okay. This is not really what I hoped, because yeah, this kind of sucks. Well, one thing I'm thinking here is that maybe I should punch this frog, and then no. I think that's stupid. This is not a great Zona because we started in the corner. Oh, we learned something at least. At least we learned something. Okay, but it's kind of bad that we learned something, because I did not want to use a wand here necessarily. I might have wanted to step left. Why do I keep confusing left and right? Might have wanted to step left and then use this wand to get a treasure here, but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have wanted to do that. I think it's unfortunate that I don't have a way to like break this wall and end up in a situation like the parity would work out nicely here if I could kill this lizard here and then step left and then like shoot this to the right and break this wall, and then like if I could use this to both break this wall and let the ghost come over here and it's so hard to explain this game sometimes, man. Okay, let's think about what's actually happening instead of some theoretical situation that I'm trying to explain for some reason. I mean, we want to test this for corner treasure and buried treasure, right? So like, why would I not do this right now? And then we'll probably just do some punching. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. With the parody of the ghost here, this is just not going to work out nicely for me to be able to get out and use my. Yeah. Um. I hope I hope you can hear my stomach rumbling after playing this for like 2 hours instead of eating breakfast. uh. Okay. Hmm. I mean, I think we do just punch. I'm thinking about getting down to 1 health here, honestly. Cause first of all, well, I'm gonna go into the next zona with a charge attack, which will help. I mean, what are the odds that I can't get out of it? Like, I don't know. I think when you're playing for score, it's important to think of your health as a resource. And if you get if you leave the Jogo with more than 1 health, that probably means that you could have spent that health to get some treasure. At least in a lot of cases, that's true. Um, so yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking about spending my health right now to get more treasure and this to get this test before the last zona. Because what would I do otherwise? I would punch. I mean, I would step left and try to identify this while also hitting this lizard. I think it would test for corpse kill. I don't think that's been tested for. And I don't know though. That does not seem good, and I don't want to get hit there from that position. Maybe it has been tested for corpse kill. Actually, I think it has. Yeah, and I specifically was hoping for it to stand in a certain spot in zona one because there was a corpse there. Yeah, yeah. So there's no way I'm doing that. Um, I don't know. I don't see a good way of getting out of here without missing out on some of the stuff that I want to do with these last two wands. So let's just punch again. I think no matter what I do, this ghost is moving back up here. I don't think I can like get around the ghost in a clever way here. Or can I? No. All right. Now what else can I test with this? If I'm gonna be, I don't know. I am starting to think maybe I should keep my 2 health and stand in the top left to get this test here. But it might kill the ghost with a side hit. Has this been tested for side hit? Not in zona one, not in zona two. Zona three, how did I use this? No, it hasn't been tested for side hit. No, I'm taking my damage, man. Now, it would be nice if I could test this for corpse kill. I don't think that's been tested, but I'm about to identify this anyway. It would be nice if I could identify it myself, the normal way, and then I could I could test this for a corner treasure or something instead of using it for the identify. But then I'm not getting the charge attack. Yeah, it's fine. But what else? Is there something else that I could test for here? I guess the left wall. But then, actually, if it has the left wall, I will be stuck here. But I'll be able to get my charge attack and identify something I don't know about this spell, about this wand. So I think that's good. I don't know. There's probably something else I could test for. Thorns, maybe. Or maybe I should try to test for thorns actually. Wait, this probably hasn't been tested for earthquake. I can test for earthquake and thorns here. Let's do that. I think we want to do it like this. Oh, this also gets the left wall. Yo. Pretty good chance that I discover something here, I think. Yikes. We know this doesn't have buried treasure, so I can go ahead and do this. I hope I have enough time to get out without goofing around with the frogs. Perfect. Uh, and yeah, as I was kind of thinking in a previous room, that does have a frog kill. It's nice. We could try to save that for the chase frog, but I think probably the better thing to do here is just step up and use it immediately. We still have this other thing to break out this treasure. I mean, this just feels really good to step up and use this immediately, so I'm probably going to do that. Let's see how that looks. Then this chicken is going to be on parity. One of these chickens is going to get through here and be on parity with me. The other one's going to be kind of delayed and stuck up here somewhere. So I can just punch the chicken with my charge attack. And then I'm maybe going to want to snipe the other chicken somewhere. I don't know. It's going to be off parity with me. So this has now been tested for... Did this test for buried treasure or not? Last room. I'm trying to remember. I know it. I shot it into that corner and tested it for corner treasure, but I feel like it did test for buried treasure, but I don't exactly remember how. I don't exactly remember what it looked like. Okay. I don't know. This feels like it's gonna be fine, so I'm just gonna start like this. Okay, and now, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get a good chance to snipe this chicken, and then let's see. I step left, I punch. This chicken maybe goes here, which would be nice if it did do that. So then it's one punch, 3 to shoot this chicken, and this ghost is here, and I can just like do this or whatever. Trying to see if maybe there's a way to kill the ghost with this though. Well, but I definitely want to get the treasure also. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I think I'm using this wand to get this treasure out to get a key. I don't know. This feels like the move. Sometimes I just start moving because it feels like the move. Okay, we did get that. Now this is gonna get me stuck, but it's gonna move the door to a better spot, which is good. Gonna kill the chicken. Guaranteed, I'm pretty sure. And then I will just use this, I think, because I'm pretty sure that's, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's, if there is something treasure related still on this one, I'm pretty sure it has to be buried treasure, buried treasure, and it will test for that. So sure, let's do that. And of course it gets the ghost kill. It could get me stuck though. Again. All right, nice. Now, this one we want to test in a corner. Let's think about this, because it's going to be kind of scary with the chase frog. I guess if we get this potion before the chase frog is on us, then the parity with the chase frog doesn't matter. But I don't know. I was thinking I might need to get this charge attack to deal with the chase frog, and then like also worry about parity, and also try to get this into a corner, which wouldn't make sense because this is the only corner to the right wall, on the right wall, and this wall is going to be broken by the time by the time I can access it. Don't have any way of getting treasure from this. Yeah, I think we've got a good bit of time, and I can just do the obvious thing. And this will maybe identify this spell that I don't know. Nope. Yeah, I should have plenty of time to get this, and then test this right here. And then the parity with the frog doesn't matter. I guess when you think there's a good chance of like corner treasure, it's also good to think like, okay, what else could it have to get me more corner treasures? Could it have a wraparound or a through walls or something that would maybe inform how I should use this? In this case, I don't think this can have a wraparound because of how we tested it previously, and also I'm in the right spot for that anyway. Okay, not the best Jogo one. I mean, this is probably above average, but not as good as I was hoping when I saw those two Dorados pretty early. But perfectly fine start for like a 4K run or whatever. Yeah, this was under 2 hours. I was expecting it to be about 2 hours. Man, explaining things is hard, but yeah, I'll continue this. Next time we'll start talking about build decisions probably, which I guess it's good that we didn't get a 5th gem here, so I didn't have to start talking about build decisions in the same video. Okay. All right, thanks for watching.